Ladies, let's get going. I have my soup cooking here. Oh, it smells so good. Welcome to our Friday in the kitchen. I am really ready to go with a ginger miso cabbage soup. That is a mouthful. And I had the request for cabbage soup, but I wanted to do something a little different than just potatoes and cabbage, and maybe like you could put other things in it. I thought I'm going to try something different, so this is why I decided to do ginger miso soup, cabbage soup. And we're going to use the all-in simmer method, which is like the easy peasy, put everything in the pot, put it on the stove, bring it to a boil, let it simmer. We just have two little things to do to finish it off at the end. So as usual, I make big recipes because even though I only have three of us here in our house, when I make a pot of soup, I'm like, oh, I get a nice bowl, and then I come back, it's like, what happened to the soup? It's gone. So I got my this is a Dutch oven, my stainless steel Dutch oven. If you want to make a smaller batch, you can always do that as well. You can half the recipe. And as usual, we're going to start by putting some vegetable broth in our pot. So I use, as if you've been following me, you know that I tend to use PC Organic. This is a Canadian brand. And part of the reason is, I use a lot of vegetable broth, and the organic ones typically are like double or triple the price of this one. So I'm looking for economics here too, because I bought eight of these this week, and I think I have one left. So that goes to show you how much broth we use in this house, especially in the winter. Summer, maybe not so much, but in the winter, it's more. And hey, we're getting to the end of February. So for me, that signals the tide turning and winter, at least here in Canada, maybe starting to lighten up a little bit. And I just always find, I feel we've weathered the bulk of it when we get to the end of February. That's what it means to me. All right. I took half a cabbage. Oops. And I did a cabbage about this big, so a decent size, not a huge one, but a decent size. That's like half. All I did is slice it up with my knife. I just, I have it fairly chunky. You can make it thin slivers like this size. It's up to you. If you have a food processor, one of the things you can do is most food processors have setting where you can shred the cabbage through that. You could grate it. This is too fine. But if you have a grater that's got not as fine, more of a thicker holes, you can grate it if you want it to be thinner. But I like chunky cabbage, so mine is chunky. Like I even have this is a chunk that's kind of from the side. All right, so I'm going to add that. Now I have these are yellow Yukon Gold potatoes. You don't have to put potatoes in, but I love potatoes, and it adds a little extra, not only nutrients, but I feel like comfort food. Potatoes are so nutritious for us. I recommend you eat them every day because they are one of the most complete nutrient dense foods that we have, and they get such a bad rap being a carb, a starch. They're white. They're good for you. So just keep that in mind. I peeled them. My potatoes were looking a little sad. If you're comfortable with the skins on, leave the skins on, because that gives even more nutrients. Let me get my spoon here. So I added 3 potatoes. I think in the recipe I say like 1 to 2, but I like chunky soup. So I put it into kind of bite-sized bits, and that's what I like. I have some garlic here. Now, I remembered to shred my garlic in advance. So I minced the garlic in advance. This is the first thing you want to do when you're starting the recipe is mince your garlic, because the enzymes that give you those beautiful antimicrobial properties they need to develop, and it's about 10 to 15 minutes for that to develop. So you want to do that. I also have some onion here. So I shredded this onion. I didn't chop it into cubes. I've just shredded it this way. So I just cut it in slices, I guess is the best word. So I've got onion slices. So this is one onion. I just think, okay, all good. So I've got my onion, potatoes, cabbage, garlic, all the good stuff. I'm going to add some tofu. So I have a block of tofu. So this is a block of, I cut it into cubes. You don't have to use the whole thing, but for me, if I don't cut and use the whole thing, and I use 2/3 of it, probably it's going to sit around and I'm going to end up wasting it. So